Is Guitar Hero World Tour worth your time and money? Let's find out! fcghost. How's it going, everyone? This is fcghost with another review coming at you. The review is all about the Guitar Hero that had to follow up the all-powerful Legends of Rock Guitar Hero 3, something that everybody just loved, and me included. With Rock Band being a success for Harmonix, the pressure was on. Activision needed to make something better, so they took Rock Band's idea. Great. Remember, this is based off my opinion. Leave in the comments something you disagree with or something you agree with. Let's have a discussion in the comments, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Let's try to get 10 likes. 10. I'm asking for just 10. Anyways, if you are going to take someone's idea, will they make it better like Crash CTR and Mario Kart? Or was it just a sad attempt? Let's find out. After the success of Guitar Hero 3, Activision knew they had a keeper on their hands. Guitar Hero World Tour was made and was released in North America on October 26, 2008. This is almost 1 year after Rock Band from Harmonix was released. World Tour sold more than 534,000 units during its first week of release, less than half of the sales of Guitar Hero 3 during the same period. World Tour also sold 3.4 million copies across all platforms in North America during 2008. World Tour won Best Video Game in the 2009 Kids' Choice Awards and Best Music Rhythm Game in 2008 from IGN. IGN rated this 7.9 out of 10 and GameSpot gave it an 8 out of 10. Well, we're off to a good start. Okay, first we're going to talk about the guitar. The guitar has the same 5 buttons: whammy bar, start, select, and strum bar. They added a touchpad for certain places during the game, but we'll get to that soon. The whammy bar is different compared to the Legends of Rock model. It has more of a grip to it, and it has a louder click on the strum bar. The drums also looks, everyone looks forward to it. This one is just like the Rock Band version, but has 2 cymbal-like pads and 3 pads under it. They tried to have whoever has playing it have a real feel for it, and that part I like. However, I went through around 3 of these within 2 years, and they aren't very durable. It also can be very confusing for newcomers. Moving on to gameplay, we're going to start with the guitar, since it's Guitar Hero for that matter. This could have been good gameplay. In Guitar Hero 3, the hit marker for when you hit notes was so much bigger, but in World Tour, it feels like you never are spot on. The game is not forgiving, which makes easy songs harder. The next thing is the slider gems for the touchpad. I tried using this and thought it was a neat idea, if it actually worked. Every time I use it, it says I miss a gem or overstrum, which makes it difficult to full combo songs or get 100%. I ended up using the regular buttons since it was so much easier. You can also use the you can use it as whamming or for sustained notes, and use it as a strum bar by tapping at the strum a note. It is a neat idea with more than one thing to use it for, but I wish it worked more than half the time. Now we're going to talk about the drums. When I was a kid, I played the shit out of the drums, which is probably why I ended up breaking super quick. For Guitar Hero making their first drum kit, it went against Rock Band. It isn't that bad. It works well, but I have a few complaints. Rock Band shows when to hit the kick note when a yellow bar comes across the screen. With World Tour, it's a purple bar. The problem with that is it blends in badly with the highway, making it hard to see while playing. It's not a bright purple, it's a dark purple. Another problem function is when you want to use star power. You can use it at any time by hitting both the symbols at the same time, unlike Rock Band when you have to wait for the game to give you a chance. I don't know if it was just me, but every time I tried to hit both symbols at the same time, I felt most of the time it didn't use star power and it counted it as me hitting a note that wasn't there, thus making me lose my full combo and streak. This would happen all the time and made me not use star power sometimes. The problem was fixed in the later entries and only occurs in this game. Now we're gonna move on to bass. This is where the game shines. I hated when I got stuck playing bass with friends online and offline. Bass now became great by adding a new feature called open notes. Open notes are basically when playing on a real guitar, you strum a note without holding a fret down. This causes the bass to be more difficult, which is what it needed. Everything else is the same and some parts can be boring, but it makes your friends be okay with getting stuck with bass while you play guitar. This is where the most of my complaints are going to come from. I hated singing on Guitar Hero World Tour. In order to get more money, which I'll talk about later, I had to complete the bass, guitar, drums, and singing career storylines. This also gave me more detail on how to rate this game. Sadly, the vocals gets the shit end of the stick. I did not finish the vocals storyline because it was so terrible. I played on expert and it was almost impossible to meet the same pitch as the game. It is also very boring on songs where there is basically no singing. For example, half the set list you only sing during half the song. The set list was not fun to sing as well, which leads us to the next topic. The set list on World Tour has a total of 86 songs plus downloadable content, which reaches over 100 songs in its lifetime. And these are all master recordings from the original artists. This set list is okay, but compared to Guitar Hero 3, it is just a mess. It does have Rise Against, Dream Theater, Metallica, Smashing Pumpkins, Nirvana, and Blink-182, but that's the only tracks worth playing more than once. There are bands that I've never heard of like NOFX, Kent, and The Answer. There are also way too many songs that aren't in English. I believe I counted 4 or 5 Spanish songs. How the hell do you sing a song that's in Spanish without knowing any Spanish? Overall, it could be better, but also it could be worse. Next up is the Legends. It was fun playing with them on Guitar Hero 3, but it felt like there wasn't enough. So World Tour took it up a notch. We have singers like Hayley Williams of Paramore, Ozzy Osbourne of Black Sabbath and Ozzy Osbourne, guitarists like Jimi Hendrix, Zakk Wylde, and drummers like Travis Barker from Blink-182. There are more, and they used the actual artists to do their own stage performance. This was my favorite part of the whole game. Guitar battles are back, but it's pro face-off instead of having guitar battles. It is a nice change of pace, but I prefer guitar battles. Career mode. You pick your instrument or go as a band. You start off the game and come up with a name and logo, just like any average rock band or guitar hero. You can also customize a new character, which you can use the cash you make off the upcoming gigs to buy more clothing or new accessories. You look at the different set lists from different bands that are looking for you to play with them. This is just like Guitar Hero Live, basically playing different gigs and venues with different bands. The problem is, if you are playing with different legends and bands, why are you being called your band name everywhere? Are they joining you, your band, or are you joining their band? Wouldn't you be part of their band if you were joining them and playing their set list? That part makes no sense to me. Guitar Hero Live, you don't choose a band name or logo, and it showed this. I know it's no big deal, but it was confusing to me when I was thinking of how the career mode looked and worked. I like the realistic feel the game did for the career mode. Instead of playing songs one by one, you play the set list provided. With me being in a band for multiple years, it felt great since before a show, the band comes up with the set list and go out and they play it. Every venue also has an encore song, which is not new, but it's still cool they kept that concept in play. As you progress, the songs got harder and the set list got bigger. Some of the later set lists you play 4 or 5 songs, plus the encore song, which makes it around 20 to 25 minute set list, which feels like a full, real concert. There are no breaks to go back and pick a song like the earlier entries. Another difference is some gigs during the mode need to be bought to play, which is also realistic. I remember my band having to pay real money for renting a PA system or lights or even the chance to play at a certain gig to get publicity. That main aspect is nice when not all the gigs are free to just go and play, and it makes the money you earn not worthless. The sad part is the gigs you must buy have set lists that suck ball sack. One of them is $8,000 to play 3 Tool songs. I'm sorry, but that set list was around 20 minutes and it felt never ending. I hate Tool as a band. If you enjoy Tool and the other set lists you have to pay for, you won't have a problem. Another new thing is the recording session, when you can create your own songs using the same engine Activision uses. I used this a lot as a kid and playing my songs was so much fun. Now I think it has too many bugs and it's too time consuming to use it. It was a good thing to add, and it adds creativity to the full game. And an extra thing I have to complain about is the things that are going on in the background. I understand I said the same thing in Smash Hits, but I have to say it again here. But damn, coming from the success of Guitar Hero 3, where everything in the background was in sync with the music and the song, now on a new engine you would think it would be better, but it looks worse.
Your name is Tucker, and you are looking to do the drums for the new Guitar Hero World Tour. Tell me, what are some of your skills?
Well, I've been playing drums for a good couple weeks, and I can play some cool ass beats.
You're hired! The drummer isn't doing what he should. He isn't synced up with the song, and that looks bad graphic-wise. I also enjoyed what they did extra, like the singer doing the Michael Jackson dance to beat it, so it kind of makes up for it. Overall, this game was good. Was it better than Guitar Hero 3? Not even close. Did it do better than Rock Band? I really don't think so. The songs were too easy. I didn't even recognize half the set list, and the graphics just got worse. The game ran fine, and it is fun to play, but with the small hitbox and the bugs and some of the gameplay, it made it hard to enjoy it. I'm giving Guitar Hero 4 World Tour a 5 out of 10. They added so much to the franchise in this one game, but that doesn't make up for how bad the gameplay is across all the instruments. Thank you guys for watching. Comment your feelings, and don't forget to subscribe.